Jerome Ezekiel Cousins has been a lightning rod amongst the Minnesota Fighting Vikings fan base. Some love him, some hate him, some are just like, whatever. And also, I think a portion of the fan base is stuck in Andy Dalton mode. It's like, we can't do better, blah, 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 blah. But you may not like it, but this gives the Vikings the best chance to win games and win a Super Bowl in 2022. It sort of is what it is. That's why this offseason, new GM Kwesi adofo-mensah, as well as head coach Kevin O'Connell, they hitched their wagons to Kirk Cousins. So caught up in you, little Kirk. I extend him to the 1 year, $35 million deal. No trade clause re-included into the deal. So they're rolling with Kirk, right? And I actually do think that Kirk Cousins does have a chance to have a phenomenal season. Also, MVP. I understand it's blowing your mind, and also just thinking about how the media will try and spin it. Say Kirk Cousins throws for 5,000 yards, Vikings win 13, 14 games, win the division, they make some noise. And remember, it's a regular season award, as evidenced by Rodgers winning the last 2 years. Got him. So it doesn't matter what they do in the playoffs. The Vikings could bomb out as the 1 seed, as we've seen with teams last year. Woo! Right? So Kirk could do all that. And when I just want to see the media try and spin it, it's like, oh yeah, the Vikings still suck. Whatever. I get whatever. But if you look at the MVP odds, Kirk Cousins checking in at plus 5,000. This is from VegasInsider.com. So Kirk Cousins, you're getting 50-1. I'm okay putting a jelly bean or two down because I think that he is better than a 50-1 dog to win NFL MVP. Now remember, these aren't true odds like the handicappers out there could tell you what the true odds actually are. This is what people think that the true odds are. So this is where they can get the money. So that's why a lot of people pile on Josh Allen. That's why he's plus 650. That's why even though he is probably, I don't know, plus 1,000 to win. Same thing with Mahomes. That's why the price gets depressed. And players where action is scarce, that's why they get a little bit more. They get a little bit more of the juice. They get a little bit better price, so that it entices people to punt on them. So the fact that Kirk Cousins has the same MVP chances as Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, even though, JTT plus 5,000. With old-ass Matt Ryan just handing off, that could be a little bit tasty. Also, Cooper Kupp. It's really hard for a wide receiver to win NFL MVP because generally it's for NFL MVP as well as the Heisman. It's tough because the quarterback is throwing to the wide receiver, and generally the quarterback is going to get more of the credit. But you're telling me that Kirk Cousins is more of a long shot to win MVP than Trey Lance? No pants for Trey Lance. I love the pride of Marshall, Minnesota, but he's coming in cold year two. Trevor Lawrence, the corpse of Derrick Henry. Derek Carr is only plus 2,800. Are you kidding me? He plays in Vegas. You think that the sharp people in Sin City would fully understand? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But hey, it's okay. It's okay that Kirk Cousins has slightly better odds than Matt Ryan or Mitchell Trubisky Ponder to win MVP. It's okay. It's okay. The longer the odds, the better it is for us, and the more jelly beans we'd be willing to put down, because I do think that Kirk has a chance to have a phenomenal season, the best that we've seen him with the Vikings, and of course the best in his career. And I think that he does have a chance to be league MVP because he is tearing up training camp. Like him, Jefferson, Thielen, and KJ are dissecting. They're dropping bombs. They're doing well. And I think that O'Connell coming in and running a modern-day offense as opposed to the Delaware wing tee that Zimmer and the Kubiai put in. All of a sudden, this is what you do. Oi, this is football then. And then the Vikings in the Marshmallowy NFC, they could easily win the division. They could easily win 11, 12, 13 games. And like we said, it's a regular season award. So all of a sudden, the Vikings turn things around. They're the cream of the NFC. They win the division. They dethrone Aaron Rodgers and the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers, and they have double-digit wins. All of a sudden, they're looking pretty damn good. And maybe some of the AFC cannibalizes each other, whatever, and then Kirk comes out on top. Woo! MVP. But, of course, we know why he won't win MVP. So, even though it goes against what we just said, It's hard for a wide receiver to win MVP or the Heisman, but Justin friggin' Jefferson, if he comes out, has a near 2,000-yard season, Kirk throws for 5K, throws for 40 touchdowns, whatever. But he could split votes with Jefferson, right? So, and also, some of the writers, they're like, we don't want to give Kirk the credit, so we'll give it to Jefferson begrudgingly, blah blah blah. And also, don't discount the national media bias against the Vikes, and also the national media bias against Kirk that goes all the way back to Washington. Hell, maybe it goes back to Michigan State. It's like, hey, that guy in East Lansing, F him. Possibly. But Kirk last year, well, like we said a bunch, Kirk since the bye in 2020 has played the best football of his career. And that's been under trying circumstances. That's been under Gary Kubiak, who has aged out, Clint Kubiak, who wasn't ready for prime time, as well as a head coach who, let's just say, did not see eye to eye with Kirk, allegedly. So there you go. And then Kirk last year, even in that run-first offense, even with all the issues along the offensive line and play calling and the head coach not really buying into him, Kirk was 4th overall in PFF passing grade last year, 86.8, as well as tied for 4th with Russell Wilson in terms of quarterback rating at 103.1. So Kirk got it done. Kirk was not the issue last year. I mean, the defense was the issue over the last couple of years. So looking at the offensive depth, I mean, you got superstars all over the place. Dalvin and Madison. Charlie bit my finger. Hopefully they're going to be perfectly fine. I mean, just put oven mitts on everyone. I mean, Rudy had it right. As well as Jefferson and Thielen and KJ. Irv, maybe he's going to be back. Offensive line, hopefully, is going to be sutured up. Hopefully, Chris Reed starts at center. Hopefully, Jesse Davis or Ed Ingram is starting at right guard. And Darisaw is ascending to a Pro Bowl level. So all the pieces are in place, which makes it kind of scary. It makes it kind of scary because we're out of excuses for Kirk Cousins. And I am not a Kirk Cousins zealot. I'm not an apologist. I'm also not a Kirk Cousins hater. I was against him when the Vikings signed him. I thought the contract at the time was a buoy. And plus, in 2018, 2019, he played like ass. Thank you. And also, the first 6 games of 2020 is probably the worst I've ever seen a Vikings quarterback play. And that's saying a lot. But Kirk, respect, has turned things around. And on here on this channel, we like to call a spade a spade. So I think Kirk is set up for success in 2022. MVP success. Bring home the jelly beans, baby. 50-1, get it done. Let's go. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kirk Cousins MVP? Question mark. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.